What's your number? Go on.
I would just avoid doing that.
That's fine. That's your parents. Okay. All right. Cheers.
I love the fact that you approached another girl as soon as she fucking left.
Yeah. I was on fire.
Give it to me.
Give it to me. Right? Good.
And I gave it to her.
You gave it to her. Hello guys and welcome to the Bro Thing. This is your coach Arunav and today I have the latest addition to our family over here, Aryant. Now Aryant has been going in the field, he's been actually killing it, and I thought why not present an infield over here.
No, Arunav, it's glad to be a part of the family and hey guys, we're doing a lot of infields. Who are we doing it for? We're doing it for you guys, okay? So that we can simplify your dating processes with women so that you can date and seal the deal with any woman you want.
Alright, let's get right to it.
Hi there. Hi. What's your name? I like your style, by the way. Because it's just like, I barely see anyone wearing baggy clothes, especially for a guy.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
I'm actually in a MNC.
MNC, so what do you do?
I'm a quality.
Amazing. So you analyze all the qualities everywhere? or what is
Yeah.
it? Okay, that's good. And how old are you?
30.
30, 34.
Great.
Nice to meet you.
Alright man, so tell me, it was your first infield. Tell the viewers what was going on in your mind.
So anyway, I get a call from the man, a day before, always. It's always impromptu, by the way, just for the record. So I get a call, it's like, Arihant, you got to get to the infields tomorrow. And I'm like, okay, all right. So I asked him, what do I need to do? And he tells me that go to the infields vault in the course material and just do your own thing. So anyway, long story short, so he just tells me to just go to a random location and shoot your infields, talk to a lot of random women, get a lot of closings, so the clients can learn a lot about a woman's body language and your communication, a lot of trajectories that can actually take place, while you're talking to a woman, and we can break it down for you guys and simplify your dating processes with a lot of women.
Alright, so if you guys want to see what he saw, the infield vault, it's completely free. You can get access to it. I'll add a link in the description. But I want to talk about the approach, man. So the approach is pretty good, alright? The way you're approaching, and I have this big guy on a boot camp who's like really tall, and he was approaching and creeping off girls because girls are like, oh, this big guy's approaching me. The way you're approaching is pretty smooth.
Yeah.
You're going in a submissive handshake, right? And you're talking in a very polite tone, and you're also maintaining some distance.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. What do you think about the opening?
I think I could have done better. Obviously being a devil's advocate, because you never like your work. You should never like your work, guys. So at the end of the day, you should always keep chasing for more. So when I see my approaches, I think I suck. But for these guys, I think I'm a 9 out of 10. I hope so. So guys, as you know, it's out of all public places in a place like Delhi where women's safety is compromised, right? And at the end of the day, it was a very daunting experience for me initially talking to women, for you guys again. So it was, I was in a place of tenterhooks, let's just say something of that sort. And when I sort of started talking to a lot of, people, for example, this woman right here, who was apparently with her dad, which is a climax of the story. Okay, anyway, so spoilers right there. So the thing is, with this girl, when I made an approach, I was just very casual. That's how I normally talk to women. Just being commanding, being respectful, giving her the space so that she can be a lot more comfortable while she's talking to me. And at the end of the day, being masculine in my voice and having just the right tonality.
Yeah.
Are you from?
Yeah.
So were you born and bred here, or what is it?
Born and brought up.
Born and brought up here. That's cool. I think it'll be nice to keep in touch with you.
Of course.
Yeah. So what's your number? Go on.
I would just avoid doing that.
That's fine. I completely get it. But hey, I'm a human being. You're a human being.
I
And
certainly
I think-
understand that. I'm with my parents. so-
Okay. Oh, that's your parents. Okay. All right. Cheers.
Alright, so one thing I felt over here is you went for the number too fast. Alright, you went for the number too fast, but again, the parents are over there, so you wouldn't have gotten it even if you were taking a lot of time, because she was definitely thinking about her parents just being there. So I think in this case, you went for the number too fast. That's a good thing. But yeah, in any case, if you're approaching a girl and you try to go in for the number under a minute, it can be a number close. It can be a solid number close as well, but you need to have really good game.
Absolutely.
And if you don't, then it won't be a solid number close. And what that means is that you're not going to get a reply from the girl, even if you get the number.
Absolutely. I think, I don't know if you're right here, because I always go for the quick kill,
Yeah.
right, as I call it. And with this girl, when I said, it'll be nice to keep in touch with you, she said yes.
That's true.
She said yes. So at the end of the day, she was attracted to me. She was comfortable talking to me, but it was in her subconscious when she finally realized that her father was right there.
So
When
I
took
think-
out perhaps if I could have asked her for Instagram, which is never a case, guys, we don't suggest that.
Hmm.
We always go for the number, because at the end of the day, you don't want to be a part of another, unless you're a celebrity with a blue tick mark, with lavish lifestyle. You don't want to give away your Instagram, right?
Yeah, and also I think it's a case of backward rationalizing, which basically means that the girl was attracted, she was interested, but then she just realized that, oh fuck, I'm with my parents and I need to go.
Issues.
I need to go. Anyways, let's move on to the next approach.
Right. I think that's good. Oh, hi there. Hi. Excuse me. What's your name, by the way? Nice to meet you. Are you from? Okay. Do you know where's Fitness First, Hamilton House?
Yeah. Just take this left only.
Take
This
this.
right,
This right. Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you do, by the way? You're amazing. Never judge a book by its cover. More intimidating. What are you? Okay. And what specialization?
I'm preparing for specialization.
So my sister is also in Tata in Mumbai. Yeah. So she's done her masters and everything.
In which department?
She's in.
Okay.
What are you?
I told you, I'm preparing.
You're
for-
preparing,
yeah.
so you're undergrads basically.
Yeah.
Undergrads, that's amazing. And
Alright, so one thing I want you to learn from his approach is it's pretty congruent. And what do I mean by congruent is the way he's approaching the woman and he's saying that, hey, do you know Fitness First over here? And you're walking around, right? So the girl actually feels that, oh, this guy is actually searching for the gym. He's not here to do any, he's not here to seduce me or anything like that. So it's pretty
Not a
congruent.
creepo or a chape, as we call it in Delhi.
And what do you got to say about the approach? I want them to learn from the opens. The open is
So
good.
the thing is, at the end of the day, when you approach any woman per se, your mindset has to be like, okay, this woman, she's already in my zone. You've got to think like that. So I call it manifesting, to be very honest with you. So when you talk to a woman, if you think this woman is yours, you're going to behave and talk and act in a certain way. Of course, you're not going to do anything hanky-panky.
Consent.
That's not what we're suggesting. Okay? So consent is
So
very
I think what you mean to say is assuming a lot of familiarity.
Yeah.
Like assuming that you already know her from.
So you've got to assume that, listen, you're an educated person, you know how to talk, okay? You are, well behaved, you smell good, you dress good. So why wouldn't a woman like you? Okay, you're doing well for yourself. So these are the thoughts that you need to bring in your head before you approach a woman, that why wouldn't a woman like you? Because you're fucking likable.
That's true. That's a lot to do with self-identity, and that's a topic
That's
for
manifesting,
a video itself. So another thing I liked is when you're talking to her, you build instant relatability. Like, hey, my sister is a doctor, right? And that is something pretty interesting because I saw her
She's my
infields.
far off cousin sister. I barely even talk to her.
I saw her
We've got Cold
infields,
War. by the way.
and I saw her infields, and the funny thing is that you have sisters doing everything, right? So you can build relatability with anything.
I've got sisters connections everywhere. Seriously, guys.
So what happened over here was it built a lot of relatability. The girl got comfortable, but the moment you're thinking twice, right? Oh, she's a neuroscientist, and like the moment you're thinking,
Because she asked me the specialization. Dude,
You were not ready.
bollocks, man. Who knows fucking doctor specialization? I
So-
don't know.
anyway, the point is that if you're using something, and I think it was real for you, but you just didn't know about the specialization. But a lot of guys might just use this as a trick that to build relatability, I'll just tell the girl, hey, my sister is doing whatever you're doing, right? And the problem with that is it's extremely incongruent, and the girl can figure it out. So please do not do that. Be authentic, be real. But yeah, you can try to use that as a trick once or twice. I mean, you can have fun with it. I'll do that for sure.
Sure.
So that is how it is. I like the fact that you build relatability from the start, from the get-go. So let's see what happens next.
so, do you have like chits all over the wall?
Chits?
Yeah, because whenever my sister used to study, her room was full of chits, and she used to lock herself for about 6 months.
No, I'm not that studious.
That's too days, itna nahi. That means you're a lot more smarter.
Kind of.
Kind of. Okay, that's cool. I think it was lovely meeting you, and I think it'll be nice to keep in touch with you. And what's your name, by the way? I'm sorry. So let's keep in touch. Are you from? You live in?
Yeah, I live in a hostel.
Live in the hostel. How's life in the hostel?
Good, it's good. It's amazing, actually.
It's amazing. So you have a lot of friends there with whom you. Okay. That's amazing. And you live in CP. That's where your hostel is. The heart of everywhere. I live in South Delhi. By the way, what's your number?
Can't give you my number.
Why not?
You can.
So should something go wrong, if I fall sick, I can just call you.
You can call your sister.
An apple a day, keeps a doctor
You can
away. So
call
I'm
her.
not gonna have my apple, by the way.
What you could have done better in terms of the closing was you could have just handed her the phone because she said, "Yeah, let's keep in touch," right? So you could have just handed her the phone. All right, let's definitely keep in touch. You could have just given her the phone and she would have given the number. The point we were talking about initially is you're going in for the close too fast. The confident trust it's there, it's building, but you're not reaching the peak point, emotional peak point over here in this conversation, especially.
Absolutely. I know. I
And
agree.
what do you think about the whole approach?
I think what I thought that she was in a haste. She had to get somewhere because she was opening, closing her bag, and looking for things around at the end of the day. So women especially behave. I mean, no disrespect to anybody, especially women. All the feminazis, respect you, by the way. So it's just that women behave a lot finicky when they're in haste or when things are going upside right, and they act a little finicky. So the thing here is that at that point in time, you really, I mean, for me, it was important for me to gauge the fact that she was in a hurry and I had to close it off. But at the end of the day, I knew as a matter of fact, because her body language was a lot more reclused, as we'll break down the body language later on. It was a lot more reclused. So at the end of the day, I felt that she would have never given me her number anyway.
All right. So what you could have done better in this particular interaction, if you guys ever land in this kind of situation, what you need to do is you need to go and walk with the girl. All right, walk with the girl. The point is, see, there's no point of a hard stop. There's no
Yeah,
point of
I
stopping
agree.
her then and there. It would have been like, hey, you're walking that way. Even I'm going there. Let's have this conversation while walking, right? And that will give you more time to build more confident trust. And with that, you can actually get the number or even her on an instant date. No matter how busy she is, if you generate a certain level of interest, she's gonna cancel her plans.
I'll try that next time. And
Sure.
if the woman tells me where you're going, I'm like, I'm walking to Karachi with you, seriously.
Perfect.
You can
So go
connect-
on, it's okay.
You
You're a human being and I'm a human being. I don't use Instagram, by the way. I'm a lifestyle coach. I don't use Instagram.
Snapchat, anything.
Snapchat, no, I'm very old school. Don't see, I'm wearing denim on denim, I'm wearing baggy clothes. So how many guys are wearing baggy clothes, you tell me?
I can't give you my number actually.
Okay. So what's your Instagram? Go on. So if you find me legitimate enough, then you can give me my number. Okay, I get your point. What's your number? What's your Course.
No, DR.
DOC?
DR.
DR. Oh my god. Dot.
22.
022. Fancy.
Yeah.
That's you?
Yeah.
Okay. March 4. You're number 4? I'm also number 4, by the way.
Which one?
31st March. You're a
31st
Pisces.
March.
You're a Piscean.
Yeah.
I'm an Aries, by the way. And we're both number 4s, which means, I think, we think a lot from our head. We're very logical species.
I'm an overthinker actually.
I'm not an overthinker. But that's also because you're a Piscean. Okay. But it was lovely meeting you, by the way. Cheers. Okay.
So pretty good. You managed to get the Instagram. But another thing I would do over here is when she's like, "Oh, you can have my Instagram," I would be like, "Why don't I have your email instead? I don't use Instagram."
Oh yeah, I should have done that because I'm old school, guys. Should have
Definitely.
written pen pals. Pen pals. Should have been my pen pal.
But the fact that you still persisted, that was good. So a lot of people who go to the first bump, they'll eject at the first bump. The moment you do that, you're going to lose a lot of women that you can actually go out on a date with if you just persist even a little bit. So make sure that, in the next interaction, whatever you're doing, persist a little bit because you're still going to land the
Exactly.
Instagram or
And
whatever.
persist by making her comfortable. You don't have to push her over.
Yeah.
You just have to be persistent in your communication in a way that she's also comfortable. Persist by do not invade her personal space. Give her a lot of that space because at the end of the day she's still a stranger, and that's a public place. So you just want to be careful there. Be persistent because women love it at the end of the day. I can
That's
give it to
true.
you in writing.
That's true. So let's watch what happens in the next approach, man.
Excuse me. Hi. I just want to tell you, I really like your hair.
Okay, thank you so
Yeah. How do you do that? Like,
much. No, it's natural.
it's natural. How is it possible to
Oh
have
my
such a beautiful
god,
hair?
it's natural.
Where are you from, by the way?
I'm staying here only.
And what do you do? What do you do professionally?
I'm doing right
Fashion.
now.
So what do you think about my fashion?
Nice, cool.
Yeah, I can pull off the baggy jeans for being a tall guy.
Yeah, sure.
Because normally I was not into wearing baggy clothes at all.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But it was lovely meeting you. What's your name? Nice meeting you, Arihant.
So it's a pretty good approach, man. I like the way how you open, within 3 seconds you see the girl and you approach her. That's pretty good. This is an observational opener, as I can see. An observational opener is basically when you see the girl and when you notice something which is different out of the ordinary. For this girl, it was probably her hair, and you just complimented on that, right? So that was pretty good. And I see you using the fact that, okay, you're just assuming that she's a fashion stylist, and she
And she
was.
turned out to be.
She turned out to be one.
Manifesting, as we call
So
it.
instead of asking girls questions like, what do you do? Just assume what they do and just say it once. It's much better than just asking them a basic question, what do you do? And they'll tell you what they do. You get the answer, and he got the answer, and then he used chain of association, which is just associating, what she does with him, or how's my fashion. That's pretty good. So what were you feeling before the approach, and how were you feeling? What was going on in your head?
I genuinely liked her hair. That's the only reason why I was there. She had this really nice head of hair, and I was very polite about it, very congruent, very in my demeanor. And listen, the moment I knew that she was in the zone, the moment I knew that she was okay, because her body language sort of, I don't know if the video can capture it, but her body language was a lot more open. So the moment I approached her, her body language changed. So I'll tell you what it was. So she was a little more recluse when I approached her. The moment I approached her, she was like, hi, yeah.
So for you guys, that's
Okay.
indicators of interest. That's when a girl will show you that she's actually interested in you. And I'll add a link over here on top of this, so you can check out, how to read a girl's body language.
Yeah.
And actually, that's
It
pretty
can really
helpful.
help you.
It can really help you. In
It can make the process a lot more easier. A woman is not going to come and tell you she likes you unless she's drunk to her brains, or she is, just too straightforward. A woman is never going to come and tell you.
But
that
a
she
body
likes you.
language
But
is-
a body language is going to tell you a lot.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
So let's watch what happens after this.
Rehan.
So do you live here? Currently? It'll be nice to keep in touch. I would love to take you out for a coffee someday, not right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can follow me. We can.
No, I don't use Instagram. I'm serious.
Instagram.
I'm serious. I'm
Snap?
serious.
Snap?
Snapchat, no. I'm a lifestyle coach, so I'm not supposed to share.
Okay. Just
Yeah,
give
go on.
Give it,
What's your number?
give it to me.
Yeah. How long are you here for? How long are you here for?
Nothing. Okay, just.
Are you gonna design?
I'm-
Are you gonna design me as well?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Okay,
cheers.
take
Cheers.
care.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. So I like the fact that you were playing with her. You were like, okay, and she's like, give it to me, right?
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
And I gave it to her.
You gave it to her. So yeah, about this approach, man, it's about how you build the relatability and how you get her attracted. And people, you can see the indicators of interest, which is she's playing with her hair. You must have seen the eyes.
Yeah, so I'll just quickly tell you. So her body language was a lot more recluse. So the moment I approached her, she was like, hi, how you doing? Okay, something of that sort. So these things are indicators of interest. At the end of the day, she found me physically attractive, maybe, or she found my approach attractive, maybe one of these things. And at the end of it, that's how women react. Most of the women.
Definitely, man. And I love the fact that you approached another girl as soon as she fucking left.
Yeah. I was on fire. I can't say that.
So if you like this kind of infields and you like this kind of content and you want him to go out and approach some more women, subscribe to the channel and don't miss another video.
And if you want to learn all these profound approaches and the science behind it, schedule a call with our team and we'll see if you're a right fit.